right, let's dive in. So who here loves a good rom-com? Yeah. We all do. Well, if you also love George Clooney in rom-coms, we've got a little bad news to share. So George told the Daily Mail that he is, quote, not kissing girls on screen anymore, following a conversation with his wife, Amal. Now, the reason why, we're not exactly clear what that conversation was, for the record, though he did allude to his age being a factor. The Academy Award winner is 64 now. So, Sin, what do you make of this decision to not kiss girls anymore?
In this interview, he references Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward, which if you don't know who they are, Paul Newman was an actor, she was an actress as well. The two of them had this extraordinary love affair that many people have looked up to in Hollywood over the years. And in 1971, Newman was actually offered a role as a romantic lead in a movie. And when they started getting down to brass tacks and talking with the director about what this love scene would look like, he's like, I'm not gonna do it. I won't kiss anybody else on screen unless it's my wife, Joanne. Wow. And so he put his foot down and he made that sort of his brand. What's interesting is that off screen, the two of them didn't necessarily have a monogamous relationship, but anyway, we'll leave that aside. Anyways, George Clooney mentioned this as a move that he wanted, like, because Paul's whole thing was, I respect and this relationship too much to put it out on screen anymore. So I think that's more his motivation than anything else.
Yeah. I wonder, I'm glad we're talking about this because I have often been referred to as Canada's George Clooney. By myself.
I love the way everybody immediately started laughing at that.
That's funny. That wasn't even a joke.
It wasn't a joke. Everybody was being dead serious.
Yeah, I wonder where this came from too. Like maybe it came from Amal. I think it would be totally normal if you were dating an actor to be jealous of them getting with somebody else on screen. I don't think I could deal with it. But if it did come from Amal, Clooney is such a traditionally class act, he would never say or even imply that. But it's really interesting because I've often been totally like flummoxed by people who can date actors and then have them doing stuff on screen. Like imagine if
Doing stuff?
Doing stuff, yeah. That's the technical term.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But like imagine this was part of like being an accountant. You show up to work and you're like, hey, this is Daryl from finance. Now canoodle with him, you know? I don't think I could date.
What does Daryl look like?
Daryl's not bad.
Okay, well maybe it's not a bad thing.
So I don't think I could be with a partner who does this, and I don't think of myself as a jealous person, but I think it would kind of cut me deep, you know?
I wonder where it comes from. So bad so I can make out with everybody.
It's the ultimate green light.
You don't get to choose. You don't get to necessarily choose.
It doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What do you think, Andrea?
Okay, so here's the deal. If we're speculating, of course, and I'm just thinking, if George is concerned that he's past that prime of us wanting to see him in a rom-com, I'm here to let him know, we're fine with you taking off your clothes, George. Feel free to record those. But then, you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking that not so much him, but more what his wife does for a living. Because think about it, this is a man who's been working for a very long time. He started off in the facts of life. Like, he's been acting for a very long time. And he was the goofy, you know, boyfriend, cheeky guy. And now he is married to someone who has a very serious job. Amal is an international human rights lawyer. And I'm wondering at this stage of his life, he's thinking about not just himself, which that's what only person he had to consider in the beginning of his career, but he's thinking about how the roles and the movies that he's in is gonna affect his wife. Because if he is in some steamy, sexy movie,
doing this,
doing all the stuff, how is that going to resonate with her world if she's in court or dealing with something very serious, if every headline is about, oh, he's having a salacious affair or the chemistry between him and such and such? I'm thinking that perhaps he's thinking about his partner. Like, I'm not an actor, but I'm thinking, even this job, I don't have to consider anybody's feelings. But if all of a sudden I got married to like an executive or the partner of a law firm or a politician, I would be filtering what I say, thinking about how my words and my actions on camera were gonna affect their day, because I don't wanna do that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I will say two things here very, very quickly. So George said he's no longer, quote, kissing girls. There's a great new show on Crave called Heated Rivalry. So maybe he could start kissing boys. He could start kissing boys.
I'm cool with that too.
You know, I'm okay with
it's an option.
You know, it's an option to kiss some boys. But to get serious, I will say this. I hope he's not going to stop, because we talk a lot about representation. Speaking of Heated Rivalry, we want to see all kinds of love on camera. At least I do. I want to see black love. I want to see young love. I want to see queer love. I also want to see aging people having a very hot sex life on camera.
As long as it's matched up age-wise.
I don't want him with a 20-year-old.
Yeah, the
but
tradition
if
has
he's in
been-
a 60-year-old, he's 64.
Yeah.
What did
Yeah,
he say?
64. He's
And he's
64.
with another. I want to see all the love on camera.
Okay.
And you want to be an actor.
I will act with you, George, but I think I'm too young for you.